So I cancelled my wedding. So I got engaged a couple of years ago, and after spending a little bit of time in the engagement bubble, I decided to start looking for a wedding venue. All these venues were coming up, and it kind of gave me the vibe that that is where people get married, is like in a barn. I've never really experienced any other kind of wedding than that kind of wedding. Like in a huge fit for wedding purpose venue. Just didn't feel excited when I was looking around them. I wasn't envisaging like my perfect day. At maybe the 5th venue we looked at, we sat down with them. We did really like it. It was cool. It was like a stately home in the Cotswolds. Very, very cool venue. They sat us down to go over some info, and they said, yeah, 2025, which was in 2 years' time, by the way, is looking pretty busy. Like there's a couple of nice dates left in the summer. So we went home and we literally put down a £4,000 deposit for this venue, and we were like, cool, okay, well the wedding's booked then. So I started up a spreadsheet. In the costs, it was £8,000 to hire the venue for the day, and then you had to have a minimum of 90 guests. So I started putting together the guest list, looked at like their price lists, and was kind of totting up how much the meal would be for 90 guests, how much the drinks would be for 90 guests. You've got to have a band because it's a big space with a stage. You've got to have a DJ. You know, you've got to have a lot of flowers to dress that huge space, and there's lots of different rooms, like you've got to dress them all. I had this spreadsheet and it was just growing and growing. Everyone says like allow for 20% more of your budget, like you'll actually end up spending 20% over what you think you're going to spend. And this spreadsheet is coming to about £45,000 for the day, for the one day. This was not us being lavish. I kept trying to think, well, you know, this is my wedding day, so that's what you do. And I was speaking to other people who got married, and they were like, yeah, that sounds about right. And I'm like, is everyone okay with this? We're fine with spending £45,000 on one day. I just couldn't get my head around it, and we paid the deposit, it was booked, we signed a contract, and it was just keeping me awake at night. I got so stressed. I didn't even want to tell my partner because I didn't want him to think that like I didn't want to get married, but I just didn't want this wedding. I was so stressed about it. I literally could not sleep. My partner was like, so are you like excited for the wedding? I feel like you're not that excited. And I just kind of like broke down, and I was like, I'm really stressed about the money. And he was like, well, I'm only doing it because I want you to be happy, and I thought this is what you've always dreamed of and what you want. And I was like, no, this isn't what I've dreamed of at all. I just thought we were absolutely screwed. But it turns out everyone gave us our deposits back. We cancelled it, and it was absolutely fine.